Good morning, New Eden. Today is July 31st, 2022, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout, and today we're going to be going over the Faction Warfare Report for June. So let's go ahead and start on off here with the Galente. So, the Galente, in the month of June, we're in July right now. I know this is a late report. We're hoping that we'll get these episodes back to a regular schedule, but we took a look at a little, summer break, you could say, I guess. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start off, though, and talk about what's going on here, what happened in June, and then talk about a little bit about what's going on in the game right now. Specifically, we're going to touch base on the Tama activities that are happening. So let's start off though with the Galente Federation in the month of June. They had 7,090 kills. They had 37,182 points that they made. They did 386 billion ISK worth of damage. We have 4,887 losses for a total of 30,431 points. Then we have 209 billion ISK that was lost in the month of June. That sets them at an efficiency of 64%, so a little bit lower than last month's, as you can kind of see here. You can kind of see like a comparison here. Looking at what's going on right now, July report will look like it's going to be one of the highest kill counts in the year. And actually the highest amount of kills since 2020 October. They hit 9,662 kills. In September, there was 10,521 kills. So, faction warfare is heating up. That is definitely an interesting spike. I mean, 6,000 and not even breaking any records at all in really for the month of or for the year of 2022 in losses. So always a good start for the Galente there. Efficiency is a little bit down ISK wise, but there is lots and lots of fighting that is going on. So let's go up. Let's jump over to the Kaldari state and take a look at what they have here. For activity in June, we have 7,254 kills in the month of June, 43,000 points, 43,807 points, 660 billion ISK worth of damage. We have 9,704 losses though in June. Rough hit on the amount of losses compared to the amount of kills, but they're actually doing fairly good when it comes to the points value, or to the ISK lost. 255 billion ISK only lost in the month of June for 72% efficiency. I think that's pretty damn good. Definitely a lot of fighting. As you can see, July is also 8,000 people. So, hey, Style Star, how's it going? So, doing good for the Kaldari state there. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the Mimitar Republic. And looks like we have stats for the Mimitar. For the month of June, we are at 6,326 kills, 30,615 points, 198 billion ISK worth of damage. That's, I'm pretty impressed. Oh, back on more again. That's good to hear, man. It's good to hear. Hey, Steve! So we have... I'm sorry, where was I? So I was just telling about how much massive amount of ISK that is a top record for this month. And looks like a record in the amount of billions of ISK destroyed since May of 2021? Had big losses last night. I don't know how you can take those losses. That's some, that's a lot of, this guy saw getting, you must be super rich. Let's see here. We are talking about losses, though, in the month of June is 6,748 losses, 31,000 points, 217 billion ISK in losses, 80% efficiency, and the Kaldari had, what was their efficiency? They had a 64%, you know, solid above the 50% mark, always like that. But the Mimitar, you know, really hitting home into the, you know, over 80% efficiency. It's pretty damn efficient. Was moving my BPs. Oh, man. I'm gonna show this real quick here. Style Star News here. There was 1,314,000,000 ISK lost. Blueprints galore. Oh man, not fun. Loot Fairy said yes to a small degree. And gave up some stuff, it looks like, but it was actually worth 3 bill. Lots of 918s. Dang. Ouch. Ouch. That's rough, dude. Let's go ahead and move on to the Amar Empire. So, the Amar Empire for the month of June had 5,957 kills, 35,000 points, 508 billion ISK worth of damage done. And then we have 3,825 kills or losses. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Lord, how's it going, man? My recruit a friend BP enforcer. Oh. Style Star, that's rough, man. Yeah, they're all super rich with your ability to have cool stuff. I have cool stuff too. So losses. 3,825 losses and 23,000 points lost. 154 billion ISK lost. So damage taken, not that bad this month. And 76% efficiency. The Mimitar and Amar much more efficient than we are. Do you have a command sorted out? A shoutout command? No, I don't actually. That is something I should totally do. Lord, things are going a little bit rough. As you can kind of see, the war is not going well for the Galente at this point. So I believe, yeah, 9 systems that we currently control We're back to Tier 1. Kaldari back up into Tier 3. They're winning the overall objective. CCP has put out like a we should go fight in this one area, and the Kaldari have solidly taken control of that constellation. So that is it for the breakdown of just, you know, what's going on in the month of June. There are some other things that are kind of going on as well. Let's go ahead and just kind of pop out and go take a look and see what the hell is happening here. So we've got Hama has decided to destroy Space Detroit along with all of the other Freeport structures in Tama. This is huge. This is it, boys. Like, no more playing in Tama as easily, you know. You got to be Kaldari or not in faction warfare, and then you can go to the station. But the station is a kick-out station. That station is a dangerous station that is much easier to be camped. You know, the Galente are not going to be able to dock in it. I'm not sure, you know, why this needs to happen according to them, but it will mean that I probably won't be playing in Tama as much, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? My good deed is done for the day. Thank you. Oh, I do have, yeah. Awesome. That's sweet. Thank you. Haha. I am in NS mining, Nullsec mining at the moment, and there's a gate camp not far away, so back and forth, keeping an eye out. Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much for adding those shoutouts. That's super cool. So yeah, just SO and the name. Sweet. Yeah, definitely check out Steve Taylor TV, Lord Kalalu, I'm horrible at it, but also check out Style Star. Style Star is super cool, so I'm gonna give a quick shout out there for you. Oh. Yeah, so and this is we're running the podcast right now, so yeah, go ahead and definitely jump on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/stylerstar_. That's STYLERSTAR_. And check out Style Star's Twitch channel. We're all just you know, some crazy stuff that's going on though. I'm kind of sad to see the neutral stations are going to be gone. This was a lot of this is a fun place to kind of mess around in. However, I mean, hey, for them it makes it so that it's more dangerous. It's harder to play games if you're not able to dock. So, you know, all the stuff that I like doing. So, I mean, you can still bounce off of safes and stuff like that. It will mean that it's more possible to scan down people in their safe spot. Although, you know, the use of safe spots is something to be said. So it'll be interesting. It's not going to be... It just sucks that I can't reship right away is going to be one of the other big, huge hits. You know, so a lot of us are that are hanging out. I guess, and the Galente don't. I guess I'm like one of the few Galenteans who like just loves to hang out in Tama. And maybe this is a good distraction then for me. I can move. Some people are going to be, you know, losing a bunch of assets. In the sense of not being able, like, I could do some moving, but I'm probably just gonna have all my Tama stuff get stuck in that station until we take Tama, and it'll give me a reason to need to take Tama back for the Galente someday. The Mimitar, let me go ahead and pull up. So the Galente are definitely on their back, but the Kaldari are in the winning position. From what I hear, the Amarr, let me go ahead and just do a double check on that and see what currently is kind of happening with the... I'm going to alt in the Mimitar, of course, that I actually haven't done anything with, that I need to... Yeah, there is going to be some changes that are going to be coming to podcast. I am in search of a co-host that would like to assist with running the show and you know, doing some working on everything. Samson is going to be taking a break from EVE Online. He's going to be taking, which actually, let me give a shout out to Samson as well. So Strengthen Samson, great Twitcher. That's twitch.tv/strengin_in_SAMSON. Strengthen Samson. I'll put that in here, and I'll also put these up in the show notes. These all out there for you. What's going on here? All right, so yeah, we are currently rebuilding some things. With Samson taking a break from the show, taking a break from the game, focusing on other activities and fun stuff to be out there. Will the frogs form for Space Detroit? Probably not. But only in the sense that I mean, we would love to bloody the nose of Snuff, you know. I don't think that that's in a question. Whether we are willing to get into a fight with Snuff if we can, you know, and that we can bloody their nose. I mean, when they took our Fortizar and Filiette, we were able to get Fraternity to come down. They hate these guys, so we got them to team up with us, and even Dock Workers, I believe, was on our side, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, and we had like a huge dread brawl over the Fortizar, and it was freaking awesome. If there isn't going to be a response, then it's going to be really hard to, you know, justify trying to defend. But I haven't been keeping up with who is actually going to be coming to this defense. You know, I'm not 100% sure. You can help us annoy Snuff by shooting their ass doors everywhere. Yes! Don't even report them. Get them to 94% so that they get a Discord notification. That's good info. The 94% goes to the Discord notification. Alright, so that is something that you know, I'm all for like the Fuck Snuff coalition. Like, you know, anybody, I think that there should be They just, everybody that just fucking hates Snuff and who they are, and they need to be the bad guy, and I love them for existing to be the bad guy, but they're the bad guys. Like, they're the baddest of the bad guys. We need to, like, it's like Jabba the Hutt, man. Like, we just need to get Jabba the Hutt out of Detroit, and things might be better. Yeah, and it's not like a hate of, like, like out of game or anything like that. Like, I respect out of game what they're doing. They're creating content. They want to win what they want to win, in the sense of like how they can control stuff. Yeah, it's for me it's a rivalry. You can get personal attacks. I've seen personal attacks out there. I'm not about personal attacks on, or even like digging. There's. I just try and take this as a game, and I, just want to deal with things on, yeah, keep it in character is what I try and do. But Snuffed Out are a bunch of assholes, and fuck Snuff, and and I want to see a coalition one day rise up against them. So totally same, 100% in agreement. We have done in the past, like, just shooting their pocos and shit, just whatever, just to piss them off, because they took out our stations. We used to be, so one of the things is the reason why I, like, personally have a hatred for them, is that we were part of Nissawa Cartel. I wanted to get involved with the Galente faction warfare stuff, start up a podcast, build stuff out. And we had put up mining stations in Notoris. We were just, it was going to be a cool time hangout, like everybody can come to Notoris. The Nissawa Cartel had some shops set up. We had our shops set up. We were letting people, anybody could come and mine our shit. All you had to do is talk to us, and we would let you moon because we didn't have the capacity to mine the stuff. Like, we just wanted it to be a public service type kind of stuff. And then Diana Kim, I think, has some influence in Snuff to a certain degree, maybe, or in this case, maybe it was just a coincidence. But in any case, Snuffed Out came after us after we joined up with the Galente, and then they backed off. They were like, I was like, we're blue with Nissawa Cartel. I want to be blue with you guys, but if you just want to be frenemies, that's cool. But I've been told, like, these stations can stay up. If need be, we can get a corporation into the Nissawa Cartel, and with that corporation inside of the Nissawa Cartel, you're blue with the Nissawa Cartel. Nissawa Cartel wants, these guys are some really cool Korean dudes that we came to Nissawa, right? We throw up a station in Nissawa, and of course they get it blown up before it even goes up. And I'm like sitting there, and the coolest thing happened. They go, dude, like, what are you doing here? And I was like, I don't know, I just want to make some drugs, dude. Like, I just wanted to see who would come out, what would happen. I knew me and my buddy didn't have the ability to hold the station, but maybe we did for a couple of days. I'm not mad at you. You did good. You killed my shit. So, but so they're like, why don't you just join us? And I was like, fuck yeah, man. Like, so they were blue to Snuff. I worked with those guys a lot, but they're just different time zones. I didn't really have the ability to play a lot with them, and it was just the correspondence. I still have correspondence with them today. They want Nissawa to fall underneath the Galente. They want the Galente to own Notoris, and we love these guys. So but so Snuffed Out was like, oh okay, so that's cool. I'm cool with that, not a problem. And so they're like, you can keep the stations, that's fine. So then all of a sudden some other FC that got us, shit up his ass, jumped in and was like, okay, I'm gonna blow up these stations. And we're like, but we had an agreement. And so it ended up being that, we worked with Nissawa Cartel. Red, one of our industrial dudes who was mining a lot and using those stations for industry and shit, and we were looking to expand. You know, he was like, Niswa Cartel loves me. I provide them with an insane amount of cool shit. I can get I have an industry corp that is inside of their industry alt corp. And we all, you know, we get along really well. And they said that I can join the Niswa Cartel with that corporation, and then I can jump in and take your stations, and then they're saved. Like, you know, at least we don't need to lose the stations. I was, you know, I was gonna fully give them on over to him. I mean, pretty much they were. One of the mining station was his. I was just holding it for him, in the sense that, you know, he didn't have a corp, because Niswa's alt corp, industry corp, doesn't allow you to have, you know, war deckable structures. So we end up, you know, making out this whole deal, and Snuff is just like, no, man, like, we're blowing these up. Like, that's what we're doing here. You know, so I was really disappointed in that, with the way that they interacted with that they didn't want to, you know, even work stuff out, you know, and that we had a truce for a long time. There was ways of not needing to even blue us in order to keep those structures. But they had their hard-ons. So that's why I hate Snuff. You know, that's my personal, like, fuck these guys. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. There's, you know, faction warfare changes coming soon. I'm very... You know, there still hasn't been a lot of, like, follow-up on exactly what's going to be happening mechanics-wise, but story-wise, there is a kickoff on stuff. Everybody in the Galente, in the Kaldari, I believe the Mimitar and Amarr as well have, like, an objective. Like, this is your, like, go fuck this place up. So let's even pull that up here while we're just flying through Tama. So I think it was an Eve mail even, wasn't it? Yeah, it's an Eve mail. Check this shit out. So yeah, this is the Eve mail that kind of went out. There's counter-offensive in the Placid region. So they want us to take the Athananan system. And the Proximate systems. Yeah. Alright, so there is some activities, some stuff that's going on there. Lots of, you know, we've been kind of, you know, after getting ejected from the Taurus, you know, the comm lines have been messed up. Things have been, you know, a little bit rough over here as the war has been hitting us hard. You know, we do have our logo submitted to CCP, so I hope that logo gets approved. Federation Frontline is our alliance. We are recruiting. We are looking for anybody who wants to help build up an alliance, you know, starting from kind of the ground up. I'm looking for partners and people that want to work together. You know, if you want to be part of the podcast, or you want to be part of the alliance, or you want to be part of what's kind of going on here, you don't need to be in my corporation. If you want to run your own corporation, or you want to work with me on stuff, we can work together on creating media and build things up. You can always join the corporation as well. You also don't even need to be friends with me at all in blue status of the game. Hell, I would love it if an enemy... Lord, I'll hit you up. Will do, dude. Um, but yeah, I have, you know, stuff that I want to build up together, have some fun in EVE Online. You know, we have always originally started with this concept of we're flying around to murder people, and that's number one on the books of just we want to go out to LoSec, have shoot. We're NPIS, or well, not NPIS, not blue, shoot instantly. NBSI. Um, so we are also a little bit, you know, we do a lot of open fleets. If you're neutral with us, you can get into our fleet, and then we can go around. And we try to keep our blue list really low. I mean, it's the Niswa Cartel and the Galente. Because I like friends, and I want to build up. I believe in this is a great place for anybody to be able to build a corporation. You know, I've done it multiple times now. And I think that this is the faction warfare should be the way that CCP direct people who want to make a PvP corporation, and that it is completely doable. You can get, like, you know, I have a bunch of people who play in this corporation that I've never met before, that came over, just saw stuff that we're doing, and we're just doing it together. You know, you don't even need a podcast and stuff, just going out and shooting people in space and then them being like, what the hell is going on? And then they're inquisitive. Recruiting after shooting is huge in EVE Online. And I always want to foster that mentality of that this is all about fun. I understand that it hurts, you know, sometimes, and people that can't handle loss shouldn't probably play EVE at all, because there's no safe space. You know, high sec. I like that there is ganking in high sec. I think that that's a valid strategy. I've done it myself. And I think that there's, you know, EVE is a unique game that I've never encountered before. There's a lot of talk, you know, right now about EVE dying, and there's been some choices that I think have been made that, you know, is not helping a lot. But I still have a lot of hope in EVE, and that this game, you know, brings something to me that I've never felt before. I don't think I could ever make a podcast for another video game, because it just what's going on with the player environment is so much more important than any, you know, expansion that's coming out or anything like that. Like, to be honest, if Eve never got updated from the point that it is right now, I would play the shit out of the game forever, pretty much. Like, and I really hope that there is enough money coming out of EVE Online that it either gets sold to somebody who cares, or it just still continues to exist. But we have had low player counts, man. We're at really low player counts right now. Daily player count is down. There's nobody in Tama trying to kill me right now. There's 23 people in Tama. I think that Tama is going to turn into a larger ghost town for sure after the destruction of these. I really hope that a big player can come in and help save base Detroit. That would be the coolest. Like, that's like, somebody call in favors. Let's, like, just have a bloody ass war over space Detroit, and the insurance of the ability to have a neutral, player owned, you know, like, big city mentality. Like, this is like the big city, dude. Like, it's got one station though, and it's so pop outable. It just I can't dock in it. I'm gonna have to move. You know, I don't have a lot here, and normally I get potted here, so even I'll probably still come back and just I know I won't be able to ship around a little bit, which I don't do ship mode. So, but yeah, I'm we're trying to build things up. I have a lot of hope in EVE Online. I think that there's going to be a lot of potential in this game moving forward, no matter what. Um, but I also do think that we need to be critical and push for the things that we want. And right now, I'm just waiting for them to give me what they promised me, which is possible that they won't. There's you never know what happens in this universe. But Faction Warfare Revamped looked really good at FanFest. I would really like some tools or just visual concepts and direction from the game as to like making it look cool. And that a lot has to do with just wanting to have a cool report as we build up this podcast. But yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it on up there, unless anybody has any questions or any news that I missed. In the future, we're going to be making some major changes to the podcast. I'm going to try and at least get a podcast out every month, at least a monthly report. If you want to come on and interview with me, no matter who you are, what you do, if you play EVE Online, I'm open to talk to you, see what you have to say, and we can just have fun, talking about stuff. I might hit you up on how you feel about faction warfare being the focus or something like that if you have nothing to do with faction warfare. But I'm always down to interview people and talk to them. So if you're interested in doing anything with the Alliance, with the corporation, with the YouTube channel, with the podcast, I'm looking for people to work with me on building up something, kind of unique, I think, from what I have found. There isn't, I want there to be the voice of the Federation, and but I also want to hear other voices outside of the Federation, in this never-ending war that's going on. I'm going to keep you up to date as much as I can, and I'm looking for investigative journalists, like people who want to go out, get me stories. We can talk about pay in ISK, making sure that you get ships and stuff like that you want. We can always work out something if you're looking to get an in-game bonus for your activities that you do. And this is definitely something that I really want to grow. So I do apologize for being off the air for so long. It's been over a month, but we got in before the end of July to get this podcast out. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on up here. I might be on a little bit later tonight, doing some PvP. And if you're interested in joining up with the war effort, you can go ahead and put in an application. 2 Golden Age stories in-game, alts and spies, welcome, whatever. We're just trying to have fun. We're trying to build a community. And it's a streaming community. This is, I want this to be like, if you want to do PvP streaming, this is like the place to be. We can all work together and help each other build our channels up, stream fighting content, and not be, because EVE Online, I feel like there's a lot of PvE activity out there, but it's hard to get PvP streaming in EVE Online. It just is, because it's so hard. You have to put a 30-minute delay on it or something like that. Like, I'm all about giving you guys the news as it's happening, but our spies, will be hitting us hard. Especially there's stream snipers that are just going to come in and wipe out our fleets. Snuff has, definitely done that to us multiple times. Another reason why I don't like them. I don't like stream snipers. But I understand, and I've opened myself up to it. It's part of the game, and so this is something that I want to embrace. And if anybody else is interested, definitely hit us up. You can, apply to the Alliance, Federation Frontline, or just hit me up in game, Frozen Fallout. You can watch us live on Twitch every Sunday at 2200 Eve time. That's 5 p.m. Central Time, United States. And if you missed the show live, you can also watch it or listen to it on our podcast, Federation Frontline Report. That's on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and pretty much any podcasting platform that's out there. If you have news that you'd like us to talk about on the show, like an after action report or something that's been going on, definitely hit us up at Frozen Fallout in-game. You can also contact me at federationfrontlinereport@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitch. And so we are on Twitch. This is Golden Age Stories, GULDANAGESTORIES, twitch.tv/Golden Age Stories. So we broadcast this live, and thank you all for listening, thank you all for watching, and have a great night.